You not see nothing yet. Anyway, October Red Boxing, we've got perfect lighting today, and we've got perfect backdrops, and to match that perfect, we've got no other than
About time.
October Red Johnny Nelson. How you doing?
It's about time. So usual Amsies, these shows come about. Back in the day, we'd get an interview, we'd be in and out. Now, what? You're going to leave, aren't you? Oh, right. I see you looking like next month. Watch you interview me. Anyway, so we're good. We're on. We're good. We're on. We're on. We're good.
We are on, and we covered some interesting topics the last time we spoke. But I want to move forward onto stuff that's happening with Sky Sports Boxer. I know I'm probably going to drop this on your toes, but when I left you, I didn't realise what's happened to Adam Smith.
He's ill. He's ill. That's it. He's ill. So hopefully he gets better. Gets well soon. Back in the mix again. That's it.
Was he at the show in Manchester? Because I'm trying to think the last time when I actually saw him.
He wasn't at the last show. It's only the last show he's missed. That's it. It's only the last show. Was that Manchester?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't there. No, he wasn't there. I don't think he was there. I'm sure he wasn't there. But apart from that, he's ill. He's ill, but he'll be back in the mix soon.
So when you say he's ill, is it COVID?
You're going to start getting all political now, talking about the jab, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that because I'm very professional and courteous at times. I just want to know that, you say he's ill. That could be a range of things. So I just want to see if he's okay. And our viewers were asking the questions as well.
I think he's going to put a statement out soon. So really, it's his business to chat his business, and that's respectfully. That's how I deal with it.
Yeah, fair enough. And I only ask that because obviously he's a key part.
People are asking. I know.
Yeah, and because like I said, I saw stuff on Twitter and I was like, oh yeah, where is he? I hadn't even noticed.
Well, the thing is, the stuff you read on Twitter, don't listen to half of that foolishness, because if I believed half the stuff they said about me on Twitter, why? I don't know where I'd be. So
people actually talk about you on Twitter?
Yes, they do actually. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's usually good.
So we talk about this card then, the breakthrough cards, which is, like I said, what I'm really interested in. But I know it might be another rumour. I don't know what's going on. What's happened with the Zach Chelli and Lerone Richards fight? This is going to go out. This is going to go out after anyway.
That's no problem. So the fight's off. I hear Lerone. He was sick last night. Bumped his head on the side of the sink. So it looks like he just passed out a little bit. Dave Caldwell has said, you know what, it's easy to say we can get away with this thing there. If anything happens bad in the ring, he's got to live with that thing there. And I think he's done the right thing. Remember what happened with AJ when I was through the rumours you heard about what happened in the dressing room before and how he was before. Then afterwards he got turned over, and I think AJ's dad was trying to fight up Eddie and all that sort of stuff. And I think Dave's done the right thing. I said, you know what, you're keeping the health of your fighter paramount, even though this fight to me would have been fight of the night. But he's done the right thing. So let's wait for Dave. I think Dave's coming on the show in a bit to probably to put some meat on the bones for that.
Yeah, fair enough. Because the thing is, like I said, pulling out of fights, it's also vague, and that was one of the fights that I was looking forward to. And if you think about it from Zach Chelli's point of view, Zach's been chasing him for a bit, so it's going to be almost like, yeah, hit your head on the sink, or yeah, not feeling well, yeah, all right then.
And I understand the conspiracy, but you just think to yourself, come on, you know what I mean? These boys are trained, they both weighed in, everybody looked on point, they both passed and got through the scale, so why would either of them pull out? And you wouldn't go that far. You'd pull out a week or so before instead of killing yourself to get down to the weight. So it's a shame, but move on with it. Was it's scandalous part of the game, I suppose.
No, I hear that. Gonna go to the Dillian White fight last night. I was there at the Wembley SSE Oval, or whatever they're calling it today, arena. I'd like your thoughts on that fight, and then I'm going to go into some more questions I've got about that.
I think Dillian won. I think Dillian, we probably... when you think about Dillian, you think, you know what, my man will just walk trees, man, here. He didn't. He's probably flat in comparison to performance we've seen in the past. So now the question is, what's going on with Dillian there? Is he left a lot of it in the gym? Is it just an off night? These questions are going to be asked. He got the win, and everybody can have an off night now and again. That might mean Dillian sometimes he's having an off night at the wrong time. It just might be an off night, or it might be a sign of the times.
Yeah, I hear that. Anthony Joshua was there yesterday, got to say a quick hello to him. Nothing really happened ringside as in relation to them two, having a go at each other, saying, yeah, we're going to fight each other next. Those are one of the fights that, Eddie wants to put on. He said he wants that fight for AJ next. What are your thoughts on AJ and Dillian? Sort of like 3, one in the amateur, and then this would be the second in the pros.
I hear that. I think I'm down with that. I think I read somewhere else that AJ, or if it was clickbait from one of them, man, so that AJ's talking about having a year out, might have a year out. I don't know if I know how clickbait works, so until I hear it from his mouth, I don't know. But I think for those two to fight each other, it's a good fight. I think for those two to fight each other, it's an interesting, intriguing fight that the fans would like to see. Could it happen next? Very much so. I just can't see why not. Does AJ want to come off the back of the loss to Usyk to fight Dillian? Yeah, if he believes, you know what, I can do it a third time. It's a big fight. And AJ's he's a big fighter, as if to say, you don't want to drop down to some little dibby 10,000 seated arena. He's a big arena fighter, and he needs those kind of opponents. I think him and Dylan is that kind of fight.
Yeah, it is, because it's the kind of like the rivalry that hasn't gone away. I did speak to AJ briefly, not on camera, but I did ask how many times are you intending to fight in 2023, and he confidently looked at me and said, I'll be fighting 3 times. So the year out stuff, I don't know where that's come from, but next year he's looking to lace them boots back up, the gloves, and get back in there and get on with it. Like we were talking about, inactivity, we can't have that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's had a bit of a rest. He's checked his ego, checked the hurt, checked the heartache of the loss to Usyk, and now he's got to reset and say, right, this is what I'm doing, this is my plan, this is my role plan. And I suppose if you got something to work towards, then that'll give you more drive again. And you know what? I can remember AJ saying a while ago, I'm still learning. I'm going to box for another 10 years. I'm still learning. So with that comes win, lose and draw. But to finish on the top, and so if his dream is to become world heavyweight champion again, he might do it 3 times, and that's a big shout.
Well, how do you see that going? Do you think there is a possibility that he can do it 3 times, that he can come back and that he can regain those titles, unify and then become undisputed?
It's always a strong possibility, but now we see, and it's proven, the opposition is stiff out there. There's opposition out there that can beat him out there, as in Usyk. There's still a question mark over the Tyson Fury one, but facts show the facts. You'd probably think, well, you know what, you can see how Tyson Fury could do this and beat AJ now. So Tyson Fury's proved everything he needs to prove, so there's no reason why you'd question him on that. So the opposition, stiff opposition, is there for AJ, but it's not an impossible task for AJ.
But we talk about that, and this is why I say sometimes the boxing audience can be so fickle. We talk about, why isn't AJ fighting? Why is he being inactive? And then Tyson Fury is active. He takes Chisora as a fight to have between him fighting Usyk, but yet still the public saying, oh, what are you fighting him for? It's like, how do you feel? Sometimes boxers, they just cannot win.
Yeah, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So promoters are promoters because they're promoters. You're not a promoter, I'm not a promoter. So they pick fights at the right time that get the right result with the right aim in mind. So that's their job. Armchair champions are armchair champions. That's what they do. They're going to sit at home and say, you're no good, you can't do this, you can't do that. Stay in your lane, everybody. You know what I mean? I ain't no promoter. I'm not Eddie, I'm not Ben, I'm not anybody like that. I look at things from a fighter's point of view. People at home, just enjoy the show. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but please don't get crazy with your opinions, because sometimes there's a bigger picture out there that you're just not seeing.
And we'd go back then, we touch on Sky, that's been a home for you from basically the beginning. What can we expect from Sky Sports Boxing in 2023? And you give me, finally, your kind of summary of how it's been working with Boxer over the last 12 months.
Boxer are refreshing, it's intriguing, it's like being on a roller coaster. You don't know where you're going to turn next. And put it this way, this year's been a good year. They put some decent fights on. We're starting next year, 21st of January, with Liam Smith and Eubank. These are fights that the public are thinking, that's a good fight, that. And at times I've seen Ben sat there ringside with opposition of promoters, and these guys are working together. It's refreshing. This is what you want to see. Instead of any of that foolishness like, I ain't working with you, I'm working with you. This is what needs to happen. So I think with that attitude in mind, I think Boxer will go from strength to strength, and hopefully, you never know, it might educate other promoters to say, let's do it. I know they're talking about Natasha with Terry Harper, and that I know I heard Eddie mention it, and so again, this is something where they could collide or do something together, but doing it that way, to me, it's a refreshing, right, correct frame of mind to do, giving the public what they want, putting on decent fights. Boxer have a different mentality to the old school mentality. That's how boxing's got to go, because what happens is when fighters don't fight each other, we shoot ourselves in the foot, because it's only the fans that suffer. The fans suffer, they walk away. The fans walk away, there's no fights out there. This weekend's been a good week. 1, 2, 3, 4 shows have been on this weekend. So the fans are spoiled for choice. And that's how it should be. Make them spoiled for choice. Let them turn the TV on and say boxing here, boxing there.
I'm not going to complain about being spoiled for choice. 2023 from Sky Sports, and what can we expect? More shows, new signings? Talk to me.
I've heard about some signings that are on the horizon. I hear Brady's is ringside.
Who's ringside?
Cruiserweight. Just go ringside.
Did you say Brady?
Yes, he's ringside, yeah. So what I'm saying...
Marius Bradis is ringside.
So what I'm saying to you is, don't be surprised by some surprise signings. I just put that in the same sentence. I'm not saying you're signing. What I'm saying is, there's some good collaborations that can develop in 2023, which is good to look forward to.
So that kind of leads me into my last question then, because Marius Bradis, as we know, is a Wasserman fighter, a Sauerland brothers fighter, and still is. I'm not going to start any of those rumours before we start a promoter war. Chris Eubank Jr., Liam Smith. That's a Wasserman and a Sky Sports Boxer collaboration. Social media, once again, is a very cruel and wicked place, and I have been inundated with unwanted screen messages and videos of Chris Eubank Sr. Now, as the boxing community, as you all stand as ex-fighters, you are a community. Can anybody do anything to reach out and help Chris Eubank Sr. and try and put a block online so these videos, I get it, once it gets out, it's out, but is there anything that the boxing community can do to help him?
Not really, no, but this is down to common sense, conscience, and just plain old manners. You know what I mean? If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. I just think if you're gonna excuse my French, take the piss or try and take liberties and take advantage of someone if they're ill or not, then you've got to sleep at night. That's your conscience. I can't stop you from passing some foolish gossip here, there and everywhere, but you've got to live with yourself. And so therefore you've got to look at the bigger picture. Who are you? Look at yourself. So Chris, I've not actually spoken to Chris of late. You know, I'm hearing he's ill. I'm hearing he's doing 1 or 2 strange things. I need to speak to Chris myself and make my own assumption. I don't want to hear what people are telling me, you know. And yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 things. Chris has always done had a little outlandish behaviour. So to me, you know, I think the general public, have a conscience, man. Think about what you're saying. Don't throw stones. Especially if you live in a glass house, you know, you've got to think about this thing, think about what you're doing. And if what you're saying is right, you know, what kind of person does that make you? You understand? So it's just, why? Some people need God. Some people need God because it's just, they need something.
Thank you so much, Johnny. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. I do like our little sit-down, cosy conversations. You know, when there used to be like 4 of us together. But yeah, we'll do that. Maybe in Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
It's like the Miami of the South at Christmas.
In winter. I was about to say we're going to be freezing.
I know it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold.
But I am looking forward to it. So October Red Boxing, it's a pleasure to always speak to Johnny Nelson.
Have a conversation. Right, you might find out something new.
All right. I'll take you up on that. All right then. Talk to you in a bit. Thank you. Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.